go check that out. All right, so the box it came in was pretty nice. Shipped from Amazon in this case. It was packed pretty good. And let's see what we got here. Ooh, nice little box. All right, toss this back there. All right, so the packaging itself is pretty neat. Again, the WiMiUS action camera, 1080p, Wi-Fi, and Full HD. So good. So the fact that it has a Wi-Fi, it probably has an app or something to connect the phone to. And so far I'm liking what I see. All right, let's open this box up. Nice little box. All right, so the camera itself has nice casing, and this casing looks a lot like the sports action cam that I've reviewed in the past before. Very sturdy. I've beat the hell out of it. I've used them before and they're really good. In this case, it has a lot of plastic wrap, so we'll take that off and we'll put it to charge. Again, this is the straight unpacking. And has a little LED screen so we can see what we're shooting right away. All right, let's go ahead and see what's in here. All right, we have our little accessory box. And let's see what we have inside here. Woohoo! Look at this. Very nice. All right, adapters. Let me go ahead and take this out. I'm gonna dump all this in here. We have our book, Sports Full HD DV, 1080p, H262, 60 frames per second, 264. Awesome. Manual comes in English, which is beautiful. All the details, all the specs, how to use. It's already included here, which is really good. This is actually pretty unique to these kind of cameras, where you can actually use this like a belt holster. Actually has a bigger clip in here. You clip the camera in here and you can use it on your belt, and this also screws into most tripod adapters, which is another really, actually let me get you a mini tripod you can see. So for instance, one of the problems with a lot of these cameras that they do bring these cases, but the speaker is in here somewhere, and you have to use, let's say you do use one of these little type of adapters. Well, now you're not recording a lot of audio because the waterproof case is in its place. In the case of these kind of adapters that it's bringing, is great because you can actually remove the camera from its case, slap it onto the adapter itself, and then screw it onto pretty much just any kind of tripod. And if I actually could put in a little one here, that would be great. There you go. So it actually has a little hole in the back where you can see what you're filming, and you can position the camera and have full audio recording. So I really like this adapter. It's really good. Pretty good touch here that it brings. All right, let's see what's in here now. Okay, we have this adapter. We have, like I said, the tripod adapters. You get all these out of the plastics, which are great. Most of the standard stuff. Has a standard USB, so you connect to your computer. And the type of port is the newer micro USB, which is perfect. We'll open up the camera a little bit so you can take a look at it. So this is the USB connector. Take all these cables out. More adapters, longer adapters, side adapters. We have the bicycle mount adapters, which is great. Smaller angled adapters for kind of doing like this. Has the 3M tapes for the helmets. It has the, I really like this adapter here because it has a 3M tape to plug in, but it also brings a screw adapter for the tripods. And that's it. Like I said, you have straps for, you have arm straps, you got Velcro straps, you got straps galore. And of course, extra casing in the back, just in case if you damage your original one. All right, enough with the accessories. They're all great and beautiful, and it has a nice, very detailed book. Let's play with the camera itself. Okay, so initially out of the box, it comes already in the case with one of the adapters installed on there, and all wrapped up in plastic. So first thing we want to do is open this thing up and remove all these extra plastics and then charge it up. So pretty easy to open. See this little clip on the top? Move it over, lift it up, flip it over, boom, opens right up. And there's the camera. Look at her. Ooh, really nice. Wow, very lightweight. I like that. this will probably work very good on a quadcopter or a gimbal, which I have one there. We'll mount one really quick just to take a look, make sure it fits all right. So it has a little film here to protect the camera in the box. I won't pull it out with my finger. I'll get a little pin and take that off a little bit. All right, here is the battery compartment in the bottom. So it already comes with a battery ready to go. All we have to discharge it. We have our Wi-Fi on, appears to be here, and I guess our mode switch. And we have our main mode switch actually is up here. And we have our OK switch in the front. So I like the new look of the camera. It's very lightweight, it's sleek. I have a scale there, we'll test that out. And here's the casing itself. Very nice, waterproof casing, very sturdy. And again, it has a little protected, little strap you take off there. And I'm good to go. I like the little cushion inside so it protects against the vibration. Oh, and for a lot of you that don't know this, if you're familiar with like the brand casing, these actually do not float. They sink to the bottom of the ocean. These casings are big enough that they actually do float, so you don't have to buy yourself a floater adapter. And so good to go. The LED screen is a nice good size to it in the back. And actually, let's get the little adapter I showed you earlier. Here it is right here. And you see how this pops right into place. Just clips right in. And it's very comfortable. You can either use the clip back and then like mount it onto your belt or something, or you can just screw it onto a full-size tripod or a mini tripod and do your recording. I really like the look of this camera. I'm gonna actually graph my scale right now and see what how much it weighs. It's actually very light. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and weigh it up. And we're looking at 64 grams. And for other people who don't use grams, let's go ahead and switch it out. That's exactly 2.25 ounces and 0.14 pounds. Okay, very light. The camera's charging right now, but prior to me playing with it, I want to find the Wi-Fi software. Depending if you have an Android phone or if you have an iPhone, you simply visit the App Store or the Google Play, and you look for it by name. It's actually WiMiUS there. So you'll see the reviews, you'll see how many people have downloaded it. For this, just simply hit install, hit accept, and the software is ready to go. So I'm going to pre-install this software prior to the camera being ready. Again, I charge it. They recommend charging it the first time for about 3 hours prior to using it. So alright, the camera's fully charged, and it's going to be my first time turning it on. Please don't forget to get something really soft and pull off that little tab that's here. If not, when you take your pictures the first time, you're going to wonder why it's blurry. It's because there's a little piece of plastic protecting the lens in the front. So I stuck it on here so you can see what it looks like. It has a little red tab. It's kind of hard to spot, but once you find it, just pull it out. And then if the lens get dirty, use or smudged, use the little lens, little cleaner that it brought. All right, so let's turn this thing on and see what the interface looks like. All right, power on. We hold this button down for a couple of seconds. All right, there's the load up. All right, so immediately without doing anything, I see that the screen shows 60 frames per second, 1080p right here in the upper corner. And I guess this is the time remaining that I have on the memory, which is 1 hour, 30 minutes, 28 seconds. I'm on video mode, and then that's my amount of battery I have. So option screen, I think. All right, so right now, clicked it once, it went into picture mode. This shows that it's on auto setting. I'm on photo mode. I can take 2,990 pictures with 16 gigs, and it's at 12 megapixels. Click on it again, and now it's asking me if I want to see an event. I guess it's to preview video and JPEG, so I can switch between the both. So I'm going to switch back again. And here's my settings: movie size, image stabilizer, video quality. Well, let's use the little side buttons right now and scroll through this. So let's see, movie size. Right now is at 1080p. Let me see what options we have. 1080p 60 frames, 1080p 30 frames, 720p 120 frames. So For those of you that want to do slow motion, that's a good option. All right, let's keep going down. Image stabilizer. That's pretty good for photos, not for video, but I use it. So let's go ahead and turn that on. To remove some of the shakes on the photos. Okay, video quality, it's on super fine. Let's keep it there. Seamless, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna touch it. Time-lapse, I'm not gonna use that at the moment. Exposure, I'll leave it normal. Motion detect, I'm gonna keep it off, which is nice that it has it. White balance is auto. And I'm gonna skip the other date stamp and everything else. Matter of fact, let me see, make sure date stamp is off. Okay, it has date stamp, date and time. I recommend turn that off. The worst thing ever is having a really nice video or photo shoot and suddenly you got a date time stamp stuck on there. And I can't tell you how annoying that could be. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pressing the mode switch to take me back to the video. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do some video later and see what the results are. It's a big difference though in size. Yeah, look at this. See the two screens? All right, look at the two cameras side by side right there.
We should do a group costume.
Do what?
Group costume. Everyone, someone from something.
Oh,
that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody, somebody from, oh man.
I got it.
All right, Wi-Fi mode is pretty straightforward and simple. What you do is after you've turned on your camera, you hold this little thing here down for a couple of seconds, and you're gonna see where it says waiting for Wi-Fi connection. Use your Android phone or your Apple, your iOS, and look for something called X1HW. You're gonna click on that. Okay, X1HW. It's gonna ask you for a password. The password is pretty simple. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Verify before connecting. Then hit connect. I should obtain IP address. And here it should kind of tell you if its Wi-Fi connection is ready. All right, we are connected now. A little earlier, I went ahead and I downloaded the app. So let's go in here now and find that app. Let's click it. Now, this is my first time seeing this, just like you, so I'm not sure what I'm going to expect. Oh, very nice. Look at this. So whatever the camera sees, I see it on my phone. Very similar to the GoPro app. I love it. All right, and then I can switch back and forth between, I would think, camera interface and video. Beautiful. And I guess these are my settings right here. White balance, format the camera. We have playback, all the photos that are on the camera. This reads it automatically on your phone already, which is really, really good. Gives you an option to preview and download it to your phone. Okay. Go back now, and then to simply videotape whatever you want, hit the little record button. Awesome. Camera's recording by pressing the button through there. So this is very, very neat. I like this. I wonder if I rotate it with, yeah, look at that. This is awesome. I really like this interface. I mean, there's nothing to it. The app, I mean, literally plug and play. This is my first time coming in. This is like discovery time for me too here, which is kind of neat. Okay, let me turn off the recording. All right, recording's off. And again, there's a lot of stuff you could play with here, but this is pretty much it. It is so easy to get inside, mess with your settings, switch between photo and camera here, and just overall play with it. All right. This is an outdoor video test. You probably won't be able to hear me very clear because I have the case on. I'm going to remove the case. Alright, now the case is off, and I'm recording without the case. So this is what I mean, that little adapter earlier that's really good when you want to make video that's not underwater, or that you're worried about you know, getting wet or getting moisture or water on the camera, which comes in kind of neat. So the audio is pretty good when the case is off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, and right now this is recording at 1080p, 60 frames per second. Normally the best way to record this is to actually get the camera, place it flat somewhere, and just let it run for a little while so you can see how smooth the video is. Obviously when the camera is moving, the video is not as smooth as when the camera is still. Like any good camera, even like the high-end cameras, if you go ahead and just start moving around, it's going to get blurry. So the best test for the 60 frames per second 1080p is to keep the camera still and then just record it on there. And you should be able to see crisp, clean, 100% no compression smoothness out of it. And if the camera can produce that, then that's true 1080p 60 frames per second. Alright. Go ahead and record some fluid motion here. And this is actually the best time for recording. It's like not late afternoon yet. It's still like, you know, around 11 a.m. So there's not a lot of sun yet, and it's pretty smooth. The day's pretty nice, and it's not too bright, so you're not gonna get the strong sun flares. Okay. All right, time for a little vibration test. I did turn on the vibration dampener earlier, so let's see if this helps. On the edge of, you should see a lot of vibration, because there I have it on the edge of an air conditioner, like I always test my cameras, and you can see the camera kind of slowly bouncing around and moving a little bit, so there should be a lot of vibration. Now I'm going to put my finger down just to hold it over a little bit, and this should smooth out the vibration slightly, just enough, and then the vibration dampener inside should compensate and give you a smooth video. Alright, there we go. Now we're gonna do some, like, see if any frames drops. I like to move around really fast when I'm videoing. Alright, if everything went well, you should not see any like drop frames. It should be a smooth all the way around. And I went fairly fast. I wasn't going slow. So we'll see how that plays out. Alright, overall I'm happy with the camera. I'm actually videoing with it right now inside. The only part I didn't like is that when I played back the video on the camera, it felt like it was extremely too sharp. I mean, way too much sharpness. I mean, it had more details than what I wanted to see, and it felt over sharpening. I went into the settings and I turned off this setting called HDR. I think that was overcompensating in the brightness. And something else that I noticed is that when you're recording with the video, if you have your object dead center, it's perfect. But if you're too close to the left or too close to the right, it kind of over fish eyes the corners. So you make sure your shots are pretty close centered. It's very It's very easy to see that when you spin around the camera. You can see the fisheye is very noticeable on this camera. But overall, for the price, for what this thing is selling, it's a gift. It's actually really, really good. The quality overall is great. Again, for the price, you can't beat it. Right out of the box, very easy to use. I'm happy with it. I highly recommend the product. For again, if you have a $600 budget to buy an insanely heavy-duty, high-end camera to just take pictures with, go for it. If you got a budget of under $100 and you want something that you can charge up, record, have fun, go diving, go snorkeling, go fishing, and not ever have to worry about damaging it, this is definitely the camera for you. I love the features for the phone. You can set up your settings and you can see what you're shooting. The vibration actually came out really well. I can't wait to test this on one of my quadcopters that has some vibration issues. Send it up there and see what it does. But overall, the WiMiUS, or either WiMiUS or WiMiUS, I don't know. I'm sure someone will correct me on the right way to say it. It's a nice camera. If you end up picking it up, give me some feedback on it and let me know what you've had on it. Battery life is okay. I mean, I think I went like one time 1 hour recording straight about 50 minutes, and I was able to get the battery lasting pretty long. It's not going to record all day long, but it's not bad so far. So later.